Hey everyone! In today's video, we are going to share an in-depth review of one of the specialty restaurants on board Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas cruise ship. This dining review will be at Wonderland, located on deck 11 of the ship. Wonderland is a whimsical specialty dining experience that costs extra, and you can find this restaurant on board a few of Royal Caribbean ships now. This restaurant is located on Wonder of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, Odyssey of the Seas, Anthem of the Seas, Oviation of the Seas, Quantum of the Seas, and Spectrum of the Seas. So needless to say, that's a lot of ships. Wonderland is one of 9 specialty dining restaurants on board Wonder of the Seas. Greg and I have now dined at Wonderland twice, once during our Harmony of the Seas sailing and now on our Wonder of the Seas sailing. So we'll share our experience from both in this video. We are going to give you an in-depth review on Wonderland and share our honest opinions if we think this location is worth the hype or not during your cruise vacation based on our dining experiences here. We'll share with you the ambiance, the service, and most importantly, the food. For those of you who are new to our channel, Greg and I always rank our food on a scale of 1 to 10 to help you know if it's worth it or not. Some information to know about the restaurant ahead of time is that this dining experience will be very different from the other dining experiences on board the ship. Think of this dining location as more of an experience than just going to dinner. At Wonderland, it's all about the atmosphere, the presentation, and being out of the ordinary. It's open for supper only and does not offer a lunch service. The price is usually about $59.99 per person plus gratuity, but if you have a specialty dining plan, you can use that at Wonderland. Let's talk about the ambiance. Well, it should come as no surprise to anyone that the theming here is Alice in Wonderland, and they really lean into the whimsical vibe. The server will escort you down the staircase to your table, and you'll even have the Mad Hatter stop by as a special guest. The ambiance of this restaurant is lovely. Both times we dined here, we got to sit in front of the large window here that overlooked the boardwalk, so we had a beautiful view. It definitely feels grand and unlike any other dining area on the ship. Even the cutlery is unique here. The next part of the ambiance also ties into the menu, and that's the frosted painting sitting at each table setting. This is your menu. They'll hand you a paintbrush so that you can bring the menu to life yourself. So speaking of the menu, let's take a quick look at that, and you can press pause to view. You'll notice that the menu is split up into sections called Sun, Ice, Fire, Earth, and Sea. The menu may seem a bit intimidating, especially perhaps to a pickier eater, but our biggest recommendation is to pick your entree, but let your server guide you and bring out all their specialties. But if there was something on the menu that caught your eye and that your server didn't bring, don't worry, you can ask for it and try as many things as you like. They also have a menu here for kids that's themed and fun, so there's something here for the little picky eaters as well. If there are certain things you can't eat due to preferences or allergies, just let your server know and they'll help you pick out things to bring to your table that will best suit your palate. So we know why you're really here. You're here for the food and drinks, so let's take a look and we'll start with the drinks. We mentioned things are pretty heavily themed here and the drinks are no exception. If you order wine, they'll serve it in these large blue goblet-like glasses, but their drink menu has even more Alice in Wonderland themed drinks that are exclusive to the Wonderland restaurant. Even if you aren't dining here, the bar is upstairs and it's open for everyone, so you can pop in to try these drinks at any time during their operating hours. Edith and my dad ordered the Down the Rabbit Hole drink, which is made with grapefruit vodka, Saint Germain sparkling wine, lemon juice, and a red or blue pill at the bottom. Greg had ordered this during our last sailing. This time, Greg had ordered the Smoke Rings drink, which is a bourbon-based drink with vermouth, maple, bitters, and is cold smoked. I had ordered the Cheshire Cat Cosmo. Again, reminder, this was filmed pre-pregnancy, made with vodka, Patron, and cranberry juice with cotton candy on top. During our visit prior, I had ordered the White Rabbit Rita, which was made with tequila, curacao, lime juice, and salt foam. So let's get into what we thought.
Oh, that smells delicious.
But I feel
that
like
smells like I'm cooking, not like you're cooking.
good.
But that smell was amazing. Don't take all my smell.
That also smells like campfire.
Yeah, it
Oh,
smells
nice.
delicious.
Those Boston teas are like, hello, Gregory.
If you like strong bourbon drinks, the Smoke Rings drink would be for you. For Greg, it was probably a 5 out of 10, although as you can see, he loved the smoky smell to it. If you like sweet cocktails, then the Cheshire Cat Cosmo that I ordered would be for you. Personally, it was a bit too sweet for me, so I gave it a 5 out of 10, but I know I'm in the minority when it comes to sweet drinks. Dad and Edith both loved their Down the Rabbit Hole drinks and gave these an 8 out of 10, which is actually close to the score that Greg gave the drink when he had it, as he had rated it a 7 out of 10. This drink is great if you love a lemon-flavored cocktail. Looking back at my White Rabbit Rita from our last sailing, this was my favorite drink by far, and I had given it an 8 out of 10 as the salt foam was a really fun twist on the margarita.
Oh, look at that. How is it?
Good, lemony.
Mine has the foam on top. That's delicious. This is a salt foam instead of a salt rim, which is fun. What do you think?
You know what they do? They
What?
go out to the beach and scoop up some sea foam.
Okay, so let's get into the appetizers. These are the fun part here at Wonderland and where we really recommend to let your server just bring out all of their recommendations. They'll walk you through the appetizers and explain each dish, and you can try as many as you like, and they're small servings, so don't be shy. They first brought us out an option of the sun section of the menu, the reconstructed caprese, which is a personal favorite of Greg and mine, and it's a 10 out of 10 for us. It has dehydrated tomato, liquid olive, ricotta powder, and basil. The texture of this dish is really unique with the liquid olives, and they add the perfect salty zing to the dish. But that's of course if you don't mind olives.
So do this, do that, do that. Oh, you took my tomato. Oh, Megan.
We can't take you anywhere.
Okay.
We like this.
I like this one.
They are continuously bringing out more and more food for you to try, and next up was off the fire section of the menu, and this was the bird's nest, which is a smoky twist on deviled eggs. This adds flavor of very, very mild blue cheese, as we aren't blue cheese fans, so don't worry, and just a touch of hot sauce, and you can actually taste the smoke. This one would be a 6 out of 10 flavor-wise for us, and had really fun presentation. Even the nest itself is edible. Next up, also from the element of fire, is the Mad Hatter's purple potted shrimp, which are lightly fried and have the perfect crunch. These were a 10 out of 10 for us as the texture was perfect.
Isn't that good?
The shrimp are delicious.
From the C section of the menu, he brought us out the liquid lobster, which is another personal favorite of ours. This is a single spoon serving as it's lobster mixed with bone marrow and caviar. It sounds intimidating with the bone marrow and caviar, but it's one small sip, and I promise you it's so creamy and smooth that you won't be disappointed. The server explained to us to put the spoon of liquid lobster in our mouths and hold for 3 seconds to feel the aroma in your mouth and throat. Another easy 10 out of 10 for us when it comes to scoring, but please do not be shy to try this one.
Remember, 3 seconds.
It's awful. You should give me yours. That was delicious.
That was so good.
Can we get more of that one?
Can we get a whole bowl of that one?
Super creamy.
Next up from the ice section of the menu is the crispy crab cones. These are a fun thing to try when you have to eat them upside down, so start eating from the bottom. Fair warning, the first bite is quite spicy as it's all wasabi at the bottom of the cone, but as you eat your way to the top of the cone, it's an avocado mousse which is meant to cool off your mouth, hence being on the ice section. This was a really neat sensation. Flavor-wise, I would say a 7 out of 10, but the sensation and smooth texture of the dish was really fun. So next up, we had actually requested if they could bring us something off the menu, as Greg and I had loved it during our last visit. This would be the tomato water off the sun section of the menu. This is easily another 10 out of 10 for Greg and I, as it's liquid tomato water that takes 72 hours in a cheesecloth to make and blend to get that clear liquid, served with the bread foam on top. This is served in a unique shooter form and is meant to shake up first and then shoot back. It really just tastes like fresh tomatoes and is a fun, unusual dish to try.
I mean,
What is your problem?
what are you doing? Okay. Oh, shut. Isn't that fun? It's just tomato through a cheesecloth for days. But we like it.
Oh, that's so good.
It is very good. Delicious. Stick your finger on it. Shake it up. How did it be?
Dine lead with the red wine, 7 to 8.
So after we tried all the appetizer courses, which were a lot, they bring out a palate cleanser before your entree. This visit we had the citrus seas off the menu. It's a spicy tuna served in a hollowed out lime. I'm not a huge tuna fan, so I probably should have known in advance that I wasn't going to care for this, but I like to be open-minded and try new things. I would rate this a 2 out of 10 just because of the tuna. The cooling ice sensation was very nice, but the citrus and fish combination just didn't work for me. During our last visit, our palate cleanser was the wonton soup served with jelly noodles. I would prefer this as my palate cleanser if I were to return. It doesn't have much flavor as that's not what it's meant to do, but it was definitely preferred over the tuna for me.
Why'd you eat it in one go?
He said eat it once.
No, he said mix the sorbet with the tuna.
Stupid. That was awful. I got brain freeze, tooth freeze.
I think that's like a palate cleanser.
Next up is the main event, our entrees. I had ordered the same entree I did last time because I loved it so much and it had been a 10 out of 10 for me and still is. This is the ribeye licious short rib, which is extremely tender meat cooked slowly for 5 hours. This comes with dollops of cauliflower and mashed potatoes with a touch of beets and sweet potato puree. Greg loved my dish last time so much that he ordered it this time around too. This one is great if you may be a pickier eater as well. My dad had ordered the chicken and the egg dish, which Greg had ordered during our last visit. This one really gets an A+ for presentation as it's really clever. The egg itself is potato puree and squash, so it's not an actual egg. This one would be a 7 out of 10. Again, not a bad dish if you're a pickier eater, as it's just chicken with mashed potatoes for the most part, presented really well. Edith's dish was the Branzino and crispy bread. She had said this was delicious and a 7 out of 10, but for me the presentation of this dish is really underwhelming considering all of the great presentation we had seen so far at Wonderland. However, the flavor is what ultimately matters, and she was really happy with this dish. So now for the fun part. Let's take a look at the desserts because Wonderland is known for their fun desserts. Without us even asking, they had brought us out all 3 of their signature desserts. The first one being the magic mushroom with its whimsical Alice in Wonderland presentation. It had marshmallow and meringue textures. The forbidden apple is another gorgeous dessert in terms of presentation. It has raspberry cream, ice cream, and a brown butter crumble. The chocolate world is their most popular dessert by far, which you can see here has a very fun presentation as they melt the chocolate ball right in front of you. This one is great for chocolate lovers and it contains chocolate mousse and salted caramel ice cream. All 3 desserts were a 10 out of 10 for flavor for us and presentation, and we each decided a different dessert was our favorite.
It all was so pretty like 2 minutes ago.
What was your favorite dessert? The mushrooms. What was your favorite?
The chocolate apple.
The chocolate world. What was your favorite?
The apple.
Me too.
That was great.
That was great. We didn't get the apple last time. I'm not sure. I don't think we like those desserts.
So quickly before we move into our final verdict, let's talk about the service. The service at Wonderland was incredible. They were so helpful with the menu and making sure we had the best possible experience. The service was exceptionally fast. At times it almost felt too fast as I was trying to catch up with the abundance of food they kept bringing us. They are frequently cleaning up your table and ready to bring you that next course. The Mad Hatter stopped by your table, which we mentioned is a really nice touch, and the chef even came out to check how our food and overall experience was. So needless to say, the service here has the bar set high. So what's our final verdict of Wonderland? Well, we can't recommend this experience enough if you keep an open mind and are willing to try new things and be adventurous. There are even options if you are a pickier eater, but I do know that this will intimidate a lot of people, and that's okay. This isn't for everyone. But out of all the dining experiences on board Wonder of the Seas or the other Oasis and Quantum class cruise ships, this one is a great experience if you have never done it before, and we highly recommend.
We are sailing now. We have left St. Martin and we're back on the seas for the next 2 days. Would you recommend Wonderland?
It was wonderful.
Would you recommend
I
Wonderland?
definitely would.
You enjoyed it.
It was really good.
What was your favorite?
Shrimp.
The shrimp? Okay, and yours?
I think the whole experience itself was
Oh,
just
look
really
at that.
fun.
Aw. What about you? Would you recommend Wonderland?
Yeah. Oh, I said it last time.
What's your
yeah.
favorite part?
My favorite part's the eating.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So it was a great experience at Wonderland and you have to try it. It's fun, but don't be scared of the food. It's worth it.
If you enjoyed this video, we would greatly appreciate if you would hit the like button and subscribe to follow along on our next adventure. We have a playlist on our sailing on Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas cruise ship, as well as a playlist on our Harmony of the Seas sailing, so make sure to check those out. If you like Disney, theme parks, food, and travel, check out our channel. Thanks for watching.